Before we start, I want to say this. Some parts of the Never Die event weren't captured on camera. The clips cut out moments that were powerful, emotional, and important to the story. But even with the missing pieces, the energy, the message, and the purpose of this movement still come through. The video shows what did get documented, the heart, the voices, and the spirit of the night. Thank you to everyone who was there and to everyone who watches. Here's Never Die.
Well, it looks like either we got some color people timing going on, or a lot of people don't want to come and represent for the arts of Trey Reed or our ancestors. Either or, I'm thankful for the ones of you who did show up, who got your art and your creativity. Pick up somebody for hit the door. I'm gonna wait before I say that. Anyone who was able to show up, take the time out of y'all day to come to my event, my first ever event, the Never Die event. Since it's kind of crowded or spacious up here in the front, does everyone mind scooting up a little bit for you? Muchly appreciated. This is the Never Die event, a community gathering hosted by yours truly, GT Thomas. The purpose of this event is to celebrate the resilience of Mississippi's creative spirit, honoring the artists, ancestors, and everyday people who keep creating through pain, silence, and struggle. I'm actually thankful for so many people who are in this room because in a natural setting, we typically wouldn't get the chance to perform or showcase what we got. So a lot of our ancestors, from Sam Cooke to William Faulkner, they had to deal with the same thing. We got blackballed because we're from Mississippi or because of our skin or, either or. And this is our way of reigniting that and getting ready to start a new era of renaissance. So I just wanted to open it up with a few opening words and then we're gonna get started with the show. In terms of itinerary, I really plan on just showcasing a few of the artists that I've already presented and that I played their music. I'm gonna open up with a little small video or tribute, and then I'm gonna let the artists and the performers showcase what they got to show. We gather tonight in Mississippi, a place where the soul remembers everything. It remembers the pain, the music, the art, the faith, the fight. And somehow, it still keeps giving birth to artists, truth tellers, and visionaries. Never Die isn't just an event name, it's a declaration. It means our spirit doesn't fade, our stories don't end, and our art doesn't stop breathing, no matter who tried to silence it. So tonight, we honor those who came before us, from Robert Johnson to Fannie Lou Hamer, from ones on the front lines to the ones who still trying to find light in the dark. And we also honor the ones right here, right now, the creators, the believers, the ones who keep showing up with truth with their chest and vision in their eyes. This one is for all of us who know that even when the soul and the body gets tired, the soul never dies. So I'm gonna open up with this tribute.
I'm yelling R.I.P. to all my legends. I'm yelling R.I.P. to all my legends. I'm yelling R.I.P. to all my legends. We rise in power, yeah, we rise in power. I don't mean to be here long, don't mean to delegate, but I got some shit up on my shoulder, it got heavy weight. When it come to celebrating, usually come with Debbie cakes, but my vibe ain't about crunching no stars, it's about shedding weight. Robert Lee, a legend, born in 1911, had problems with all the reverence before he even turned like 7, and it was because of blue shit. Had a voice but didn't want to represent no pulpit. Dream was gone real lucid. Fannie Lou Hamer was sick and tired of being sick and tired, and still they tried to tame her. Didn't even lift a finger, but approached her with a banger. Offer neutrality, the next legend, Dexter Wade, another type brutality. Hit him on the freeway, then turned the music up like this a game, but not on EA. Wish the story went like they had found a man in 3 days. They found him months later. Police had more than hand in it. I'd even seen Crusader, Mr. Skinny, aka he 754. Went from Venturas across the country just to let people know greatest artist. And you know I cadence hardest. Wasn't supposed to make it past 3, but he made his largest. Trey Reed and Matthew Grant. Sam Cooke said change gonna come. That's a seed at plant. No matter poet or you feeling rapping, content or you really trapping. Lock with me November 7th. Man, that's where it really happens.
Okay, first I want to give honor to God, who is the head of my life. And I want to thank the state of Mississippi for not coming out and showing love for the culture. And I want to say that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we're going to rejoice and have fun in this day. And right now, I'm nervous, but I'm saying thank you, Lord. And for all the haters, this is for you. And we thank you, Father God. And that was for you, for your ears only. And God bless everybody's in here, so everybody enjoy and rise in power. Rise in power.
Long-winded, but I will be strong-winded. First thing first, I come as a right representative as an Almighty Egyptian Ebony Vice Lord. I am the Minister of Culture, Lord Jah Asarah Dari, once known as Jahi Suja. And one thing I'm gonna give my brother his flowers, brother GT his flowers. Y'all give a big hand clap for First event. Doing the thing, brother, it's beautiful, very beautiful. The words I just wanna relay to y'all ears today is simply use your voice. Use your voice. Use your voice. What is a voice? A voice is not only the words that reverberate through your voice box, vibrate and hit the sound waves and hit your ear. Your voice is a spirit. Your voice is a call. Like Brother GT said, like Mama Fannie Lou Hamer, Mega Evans, Ida B. Wells, Alfred Skip Robinson, Amos Wilson, Baba Makasa Dala, Kwame Ture, Ella Hamali El Shabazz. I can go on and on and on and on and on for many moves. But the one thing I must say to all our people here, those that hear the voice, the spirit of this tone, is speak up. Do not be afraid. I made a post today. Talk black to me. Let me say that again. I don't think you really understood. People say talk back to me. No. Talk black to me. If you not want to talk black, why? Is there a boogeyman around here? I never once believed in the boogeyman. And I damn sure, excuse my verbs, I damn sure don't see one today. So, talk black to me. What do I mean by that? Talk black to me. Trey Reed, 2 weeks ago, when I met my brother GT on the campus of Delta State University, was not, first of all, he was not lynched. He did not commit a suicide or unaliving himself. He was lynched. Point blank, period. You can feel how you want to feel about that. It may make no never mind. You feel how you want to feel. But the people of this community, I think, has an innate fear of white people in this community, of a boogeyman. To the people of this community, use your voice, use your spirit. Call on the spirit of your ancestors that bled, sweat, tears is in the soil that you grew from. It's very simple. Like 1, 2, 3, like ABC. So the voice that I want everybody to understand, and you hear the words and the voice come out of my mouth, is the voice of those I call on. The same ancestors in not only within me, but within you. As I'm gonna apply a little Loism to this. I have to, as a minister coach, I have to apply a little culture to this. When we say I am almighty, and I'm an almighty vice lord, yeah, you see the signs and symbols. Mm-hmm. But this is when I do this, it's the calling of the swiftness of my mind. How I can be swift among my oppressor's traps. The heart of being almighty is what? The Almighty God. You call it Allah, Yahweh, Yeshua, Creator, wherever is good for your vernacular, is good for your essence. That's you, it's your personal journey. But we would say I am almighty. That means I am almighty in what? In my being, in my essence, in my power, in my voice, in everything that I am doing, of the Almighty Creator of God. Mm-hmm. As I'm using that almighty, therefore I must use that almighty voice. The spirit of that. So like I said, I'm not going to be very long-winded because I can. But I must be strong with it. So Brother GT, let me apply that same voice or breath upon you, brother. This is your first event. You knock out the park. It's not about quantity. We always talk about the quality of those that is among you. Mm-hmm. So therefore, transfer that. Use that as a fire to use what? Your voice. You're the same voice as the people you show on the screen. Mama Fannie Lou Hamer, Mega Evers, Ida B. Wells, Amos Wilson, El Haj Malik El Shabazz, Malcolm X. I can go on moons and moons and moons and moons. So brother, JT, you are now among the realm of that voice. Of this state. That's right. Mississippi, where I coined the Mecca, the Black print. Right. So, brother, use that voice, use that spirit of tone to what? Uplift the Almighty, which is you call God, Yahweh, Yeshua, and once again. But use that voice. That voice I have upon myself is a fiery voice. The same voice can be applied to you in your own way or form of fashion, how you want to use it. I leave as I came as the Almighty representative of the Almighty Vice of the nation, truly on this golden path as the Egyptian Italy, Almighty.
Youngest of 20 children. From age 6, she picked cotton in severe hardship. She joined the SNCC in 1962 to fight for black voter registration, facing job loss, harassment, and violence. She was a powerful national witness, and she co-founded in the Mississippi Freedom Democratic Party in 1964, and famously declared, all of this is on account of we want to register to become first-class citizens. And if the Freedom Democratic Party is not seated now, I question America. She ended up dying on March 14th, but her spirit never dies. She has won countless awards. The same lady that says, I'm sick and tired, I'm sick and tired. That's a quote that I think none of us will forget. It was in a tribute that I played earlier. We got something else like that coming a little later on. But now, like I was mentioning earlier, this next artist that we have up is a performer who, in a lot of cases, I'll be my own supporter, I'll be my own biggest fan.
Projects, and for some reason, like, I made one freestyle video because I liked what they were doing. And for some reason, I had just went viral on Facebook, and then I just found myself just keep doing it, like basically expressing myself through music. And that's really the thing that I really love to do is music. It don't matter like how it comes, it's like it just all comes to me as I'm rapping for some reason. But I'm ready for the beat to drop.
That's it.
Take y'all way back to when I first started having emotion. Used to lock myself inside my room, right born to win. Always been grinding, never been a lazy nigga. Been a while, since Trigger didn't drop, and he just had a child. Circle small, Trigger no longer hang out with bigger crowd. His daddy died. Trigger more focused up on his family now. Ran up that money, never looked back. He made my mama proud. Two little girl, and they both mine. Love to see them smile. I got out the street, no one that fold them, still gon' hold it down. Where I'm from, if you can't surrender, you can't come back around. Please look get weak, you better watch your back, or you the next to drown. Was out of bounds. Nowadays, Trigger the one who wore the crown. I'm from the mound. When I was younger, mama moved out of town. Learned to never told us that. This block hold 50 round. Ever since my brother died on God, I don't care what hit the ground on how that sound. But want you to know, Trigger still have a heart. Bad hand with dope. He had always tried to play it smart. Always talked to God like even back when life had fell apart. I could have died at 21, but God gave me another start. Now I'm doing great, and I'm putting on for the biggest goal. R.I.P. the Trey, they my big brother. I'm gonna let them know. They like, who you doing it for? I do it for my big bro. And do it for Dassy. They the ones who feel like I could blow. Jay had two little girls, and Trigger might been on go ever since. I've been thinking, they should go make me the president. The world crazy. I always talk about how there's no evidence. Trying to build a preacher, but don't know nothing about the present tense. I'm all in. Baby getting crazy, y'all better fall in. I'm calling. There be that paper that steady calling. I'm born in October, still can never picture me falling. Been down too long. Break up my leaves and now I'm all in. Got caught in the rain, but I ain't never let it get to me. Fell so many times, got back up, ain't no stopping me. Freestyles in the car, back in the gap. When they first noticed me, they knew I was the, and if they did, they was the toilet seat. Nobody got no faith in me, believed in myself. I'm trying to make it to the top, but I won't ask for no help. Just to them people did me wrong and never care how I felt. I swear to God, I hope you crying, man. I hope that you melt. See, people say they here to stay, but all they do is leave. And I remember I was broke, but now I'm stacking cheese, man. When grandma died, it messed me up. I started smoking weed. So when I rap, I don't just rap. You can't compare to me.
So he was automatically, or he was the first person known as the King of Soul. He bridged gospel, pop, R&B, paving the way for artists like Otis Redding and Marvin Gaye. He was the voice of change. A Change Is Gonna Come came out in 1964 and it became a civil rights anthem. He had an independent mindset. He was one of the first black artists to own his own label and publishing company fighting for artistic control. He also had a tragic death, dying at 33. The causes around his death are probably, out of everyone that I'm going to talk about tonight, the most speculative in my opinion, but that's Sam Cooke. I wanted to bring him up next. So next up we have artist, a painter. I wish we would have got more painters. I wish a sister would have been able to come, but I met them maybe about a year ago in Kahoma when they were going to school there, and they were showcasing his art. And we got the chance, it was something similar to this where it was a sip and paint. You know, we had wine, music, and they had a chance to do art. And as me and my co-hosts were performing, I looked to the back of the room, and I promise you, we weren't there 20 minutes, and they had already had full-out drawings. When I mean full-out drawings, it was so impressive to me. I'm glad I talked to their mama, because their mama said they love to do it. They kind of was humble about it. They didn't tell me how much they loved it, but I could see just in the passion of what they did in such a short amount of time. So I'm thankful that you let them come, or you let her come, I should say. And she has some art that she wants to showcase, and she's going to dictate and basically tell you what she's showing. I appreciate it.
Drawing ever since we were little, and our passion for drawing has grown more every day. I always wonder if this was the right choice, majoring in art, but out of all the choices out there, this was the one I picked every time, over and over again. Here are a few pieces we made while in college, in Kahoma Community College, which was an experience I'll never forget. These were for Black History Month. And here is mine. We have Kurt Floyd. He was a talented 3-time All-Star and 7-time Gold Glove-winning infielder. I've been fighting his whole life to be the best, so he was a baseball player, and he went on for basically a long time before his death. And this is, over here we have Christian Small. His activism, which led to his firing, but also highlights his role as a champion for all workers, emphasizing that better conditions for Black and brown workers benefit everyone. actually recently, like in 2020, and in the Amazon department, they basically had black workers going underpaid and having a lot of bad things happen to them and they're not getting paid. So he worked for that and it basically paid off. I also want to mention a quote I tell myself every time is to never stop overthinking and jumping to things. This has led me to many things I never thought I'd try before. I also encourage everyone to do the same. I have many words that I wish I could have showed and brought here today, but those are at college. I'm very honored to be here today, and I'm from Mississippi in a small county, Tallahatchie County, but I live in Towanda, and that's it. I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you.
Songwriter, producer, engineer, almost the same thing when I was saying we make the most out of nothing. He had all the jobs in one. He's a local figure and was remembered in Shaw, or will be remembered in Shaw for his music scene, his club anthems, and just being a stubborn bull. A stubborn bull is what I like to call him. He also collaborated with workers like Lil Boosie, Gucci Mane, and Yo Gotti. He really made sure that Mississippi, or let me be more specific, the Delta message spread it further than the Delta. So next up, we have Brother Malik Haynes. Before he gets up, I want to express how I met him and Brother Lord John at the same time, and that's what I say. I believe in divine synchronicities. I believe everything happens for a reason at the time it happens for a reason. And he got up, and as we were standing in the line protesting for Trey Reed, I had my back turned, so I couldn't necessarily see him at first, but everything he said resonated with my soul as I'm staring out into the road. Like, as I'm staring out to the road, everything that he's saying is resonating with my soul. And that could have been our only conversation because I didn't get his contact that day.
Like my comrades and I greet each other. We say power and peace. Because we know we have to have power before we can have any peace. Because we the original peacekeepers. Because we the original people of the land. We were the original people to hold power. So I'm not gonna be long as my brother Josh say, but I want to be strong. Brother GT, you said that I inspired you. The reason I'm here tonight because you inspired me. That's the reason I'm here tonight, because you inspired me. You, young brothers like Jahi, see that young energy is what it's gonna take to move this vehicle. And I'm a person of history. I'm a history buff. So when you look at history, you look at all of our movements during history, it was the younger generation that was the movement and the motion. The elders was for counsel, advising. It was the younger generation. See, I'm 49, I'll be 50 next year. So I'm getting ready to move on into what they call eldership in a few years. So it does my spirit well to see young brothers like Jahi, GT doing it. My brother Sadiq, because he's a few years younger than I am, Lieutenant Mela Sadiq Supreme. Red, Black, and Greenville is the organization that we represent. I'm chief facilitator. I'm a member of the Black Liberation Movement, Mississippi on the Move, and the Elmer Geronimo Pratt Gun Club. So that's a lot of flags under one umbrella. But in a movement and in a nation, when you nation building, you need all those functions. If you're building something, you need to be able to protect it. You need to be able to protect it, and that's what we're about. We're about nation building. That is the mission right now. Mississippi, as Josh said, being the epicenter, for another term, is being the epicenter. Because we know Mississippi is the litmus test for whatever goes on in the rest of the country. Right. Whatever happens here is the testing ground for whatever goes on in the rest of the country. See, and like I said, it's young people that's gonna move this vehicle forward. You know, I've been doing this roughly, I wanna say I started getting knowledge of self when I was 14 years old. And what what I call knowledge of self is through the teachings of the Nation of Islam, which I recommend for all young boys in their formative years. Principles, morals, you know, the things that we should hold dear. And that's what I love to see in young men like these young brothers right here. You know, the room ain't packed today, but you the spark in the Cleveland area. Right. Like I said, when I saw you, and the thing about it was you was a one-man show that day. You was a one-man show that day. So we definitely stepping with you, brother. Right. We definitely stepping with you. We don't want no man in the Mississippi Delta that's trying to step for his people to step alone. And I had that walk for a long time in Greenville, Mississippi, where I'm from. GT showed me something. We went to Rosedale, when was that, Sadiq? Tuesday. The brother Edward Hawkins. He lives here in Cleveland, but he's from Rosedale. And he went to a city council meeting. We went there to support him because he's a one-man show in that area. He went there to announce an initiative to have street names changed from those who oppressed us to those who fought for us, such as Fannie Lou Hamer, Ida B. Wells, some of the names y'all mentioned, Alfred Skip Robinson. As a matter of fact, the organizations that I formerly mentioned have started to rename areas in the state of Mississippi. We're taking these spaces back. We now call this area the Fannie Lou Hamer District. Yes, sir. The Jackson area, Mega Evers District. Chokwe Lumumba. When you're talking about North Mississippi, you're talking about Ida B. Wells and Skip Robinson District. See, these names are very important because our children and grandchildren, because I'm a grandfather of about 12 and counting, our children need to know these things. That's what the brother Edward was trying to convey at the meeting, that if you want our children to have a more positive outlook about themselves, we need to give them images. They need to hear these names. They need to be familiar with these people's stories and know that a lot of them came from this area. People came into this area because of those people. Kwame Ture, who I heard you mention, one of my favorite revolutionaries. I read this book called Ready for Revolution. That's in my top 3 of all time books, and I read a lot of books. Kwame Ture came here because of the fight he seen that Fannie Lou Hamer was having. And he loved Mississippi. He likened it to where he came from, his homeland, which was Trinidad. He said the ecosystem was the same, the plant life, the vegetation, the landscape, the energy of the people, the hospitality of the people. Talked about on those plantations in the 60s, how he would go out to these plantations and people they wouldn't have much in the pot, but they would share it with him. Yeah. He called Mississippi his second home. There was a man who was born and raised in Trinidad. Couldn't stay out of the Mississippi Delta. That spirit, which y'all alluded to. See, for those of us who may be Christians in the room, and we teach that the Christian doctrine teach that the spirit never died, it goes on to heaven. So if we know the spirit never died, then we know that big mama, grandmama, granddad, their spirit has never died. It lives within us. Yes. The Malcolm, the Martin, the Kwame Ture, the Ida B. Wells, the Khalid Muhammad, who was my favorite, one of my favorites. Those spirits live within us. That's what we do this work in the honor of, and in the names of, and in the spirit of. Because that spirit is in you. You just have to summon it. It's in all of us. It's just whichever button you choose to push within yourself. See, you can be a God or a devil, one and the same, in one body. It's what you choose to be. See, and we do this work in the spirit of what I consider prophets. See, prophets wasn't just in the Bible. We have modern day prophets like those of them who've been named. People came to us. They came to a specific people. And one in particular who I love to mention his name is Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You know, these people came to a specific people, what I call the sickest patients in the hospital. And we the sickest patients in the hospital right now. So shouldn't we warrant the most attention? Shouldn't the doctor, shouldn't society be saying those are the sickest people in this hospital? We should be putting all our energy into treating these people, but they don't. So we have to do what the Nation of Islam say? Do for self. That's what the mission is right now, to build up Mississippi and the Delta in particular, doing for self. Schools, farming. Y'all see what it look like when you talk about food deserts, what the government doing with these food stamps. I'm expecting food stamps to be cut off completely by 2026. The litmus test right now is to withhold them to see what the panic's gonna be like. Because they know we have no way of fending for ourselves. So since we in the richest part of the country, when you're talking about land, and the most land, we should be producing for ourselves and the rest of the nation. Because believe it or not, the rest of the nation is looking to Mississippi to see what Mississippi gonna do, what the South gonna do. And you can't talk about the South unless you're talking about Mississippi and the Delta in particular. And I keep mentioning the Delta because that is where the most concentration of black people is in this state. If you look at this state is sectioned off. And I know I'm digressing. I know I'm digressing. I can jaw jab.
Oh no, you doing your thing, brother.
But the state is divided into 4 pieces of the pie. When you look at I-55 and 20, and they strategically designed it that way. And as you can see, all the resources have been sucked out of the Mississippi Delta. That's because the majority of black population is right here. As you can see, Donald Trump and the United States government is holding post in Memphis right now, which is at the top of the greater Mississippi Delta. And they swinging all the way down the Mississippi River into the deep Delta.
Come on now.
Come on with it.
Getting ready to impose their agenda. You see, that sweep the other day, that was retribution coming from the presidency. See, this is Benny Thompson Congressional District. Benny Thompson was the head of the January 6th committee. Donald Trump is seeking retribution on everybody that went against him. So, this starting in Memphis, swinging down in the Delta, this is what they call a military occupation operation that's going on right now. You're going to have National Guards and the FBI and CIA standing in front of your house telling you to go in the house at 5 o'clock. That's the plan. The plan is to not, to cut off government assistance and give us government rations. You're going to go back to getting that free cheese and that butter, your beans and your rice. Only this time it's going to be no nutrition in it because everything's going to be GMO.
Right.
It's cheaper to feed the people that way. AI technology is going to take all the jobs. So how you going to have any money to buy anything? Just like the Depression. So they're going to give you rations for the money. They're going to make you a virtual slave.
Go ahead. A virtual slave.
Yes. Unless we start producing for ourselves. Dr. John Henry Clark, one of our other great ancestor teachers, told us that we don't produce as much as a shoestring, and everybody needs shoestrings. See, we don't produce the basic things that we need, underwear. We can do these things. Right here in the Mississippi Delta, we got all the land to grow everything we need. Start back growing cotton and produce clothes made of cotton instead of this synthetic material that's giving us all kind of skin diseases and rashes, won't let our skin breathe. See, I'm a herbalist too. I've been a herbalist since 2013. I sell all natural herbs, products. And that's another thing. They're killing us. All these systems, the healthcare system, killing us. Killing us. Cancer is $1 trillion a year treatment racket, because that's all it is. So until we come off this system, and I ain't telling y'all nothing new, this is something that I've been listening to for the last 30, 35 years as a student of the Nation of Islam. Brother John can tell you because he's a student as well.
Yes, sir.
These things, Minister Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, these the teachers of Elijah Muhammad, these things been told to us 30, 35 years ago. But nobody listens to the warner. If you would study history, nobody listened to the warner until his own. My big brother, Commander Patrick Lumumba, who we serve under, Northern Region Commander, says, nobody wants a warrior until the enemy's at the gate.
Yeah.
Nobody listening to that black power mess until the enemy's knocking on your door. Now, where them Black Panthers at? Where all these? But we need y'all to stand with us all the time. Just like this young brother here in Cleveland. He need people to stand with it. We not but 30 minutes away. Every time he said he's doing something, we here. I'm making that commitment to him today, right here. Like I said, I ain't want to be long, I just want to be strong.
You were strong, Bob.
And I'm going to yield. Power and peace, family. I love y'all.
I wanted to bring it up in this setting is because it's a cold case. I never found out who did it. The police, they ain't worried about it. So that whole situation and the way that happened, that's something that just always affected me and will affect me for the rest of my life. And I want everybody to know him. He went by Matthew Grant, but I like to call him Sauce Boss. The last person that I will be mentioning is Brother Trey Reed. I'm not sure who knows or who in this room doesn't know about the situation, but I'm gonna read it from a documentary perspective. Young Life and Promise. 21-year-old student from Grenada, Mississippi, attending Delta State University, described as quiet, light, full of promise and warmth. Tragic discovery, and it tripped me out, and this is exactly how I was gonna read it. Everyone keeps saying he got found hanging from a tree. He was found hanging from a tree. Not that he was lynched, not that he was brutally attacked, but that he was found hanging from a tree, insinuating that he did it himself. Now, everyone in this room is pretty up to date with Mississippi's history. No black man is hanging himself from a tree. I can't believe that for nothing in the world. Investigation and questions. Preliminary autopsy found no injuries consistent with assault. Authorities stated no evidence of foul play. Family seeks an independent autopsy for full transparency. And Google a little funnier, and that's why I say Google and research a little funnier. It says his death sparked emotion due to age, setting, and historical context. I see historical context, I see setting, but I see 1, 2, 3, like he said, it starts with the youth. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people under 27 in here. It starts with the youth.
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, this is the last thing I'm gonna say, but we gotta fight for this because what if it was you?
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? What if it was you?
Hell gonna break.
What if it was you, Gary? What if it was me? What if it was you? I'm still gonna be fighting this same battle, but we need more voices to not only fight when it happened. We gotta be premeditative instead of reactive.
Go ahead.
So those were the last few words I wanted to say from that front. I have people that be still imposing, the ones who talking about the cars instead of why he holding up his damn guard. But until they dead, don't even notice he was down on dick like he was holding masturbation. His soul was saturation, his mind was in the basement. Sleeping at their candidate coincide with his relation. Couldn't find my own replacement, but the sky instead of basement. I'ma see me a brand new day. My dad used to tell me that them their presidents is nice. That man 100, I'm trying to represent it twice. It's multiple funny things about this place we call life. But then come again, man, we all come and sin, we cannot force that. Living too fast like a Porsche cat, sipping on my ass like a Porsche cat. Thought I had survived a torch flat like wheels on truck. We still dead till you feel that touch. Something like a bad boy with that punch. We burn it up, grab nigga, woman, cause a fan in the limb of my house like wheels that much. Know that I'm just trying to live. And I hope I never ever die. Never ever die. Never ever ever know that I'm just trying to live. And I hope I never ever die. That saying now motto, go ahead, put it in the caption. Never afraid of death, I just won't be there when it happens. And I never because that boy's gonna live, okay. No, 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 that boy's gonna live, okay. The one that reigns within himself has gone to keep the true king. It ain't about the cars, be his himself, but while driving by the true thing. Yeah, man, days ago, man, back smiling, milk, kitchen back with no pay. Just trying to live. And I know I never ever die. Never ever die. Know that boy's gonna live, okay. Know that boy's gonna live, okay.